Well, hi everyone. I'm CBS19 Chief Meteorologist, along with meteorologist Sarah Blue. And welcome to, we really don't have a name for it.
We're workshopping the name.
We're workshopping it. I thought whether or not, K-N-O-T, because it kind of had a weather play there.
I like it. I like it. I think that's the working title at the moment.
Working title. Okay, so whether or not. So welcome into whether or not.
Working title.
We are meteorologists here at CBS19 if you're watching from somewhere outside of East Texas. Sarah works the morning shift. You get up really early.
Oh, I get up at 2 a.m. Getting used to that alone.
Oh, I know, right? I did it for 12 years. I know how hard it is. Ooh. It is a rough go. A lot of coffee, a lot of just keeping on schedule, things like that.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm on my second coffee for the day, but that's all right.
All right, I'm on 0, but I'll get there. I work the evenings from 2 p.m. until 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Severe weather, sometimes we see each other in passing in the overnight hours, but a lot of times, this is one of the rare times that we actually ever see each other.
We are barely in the building at the same time, but that's okay. We do it to talk about weather.
Right, so we wanted to welcome you into this vlogcast. It's going to be a hybrid podcast kind of weathercast here. And so we have the welcome, but now we want to talk about what's not welcome. I mean, it has just been the endless summer.
Brett, I feel like we have not gotten any of the fall weather that we need. I mean, it's October.
Right.
We're almost at Halloween.
Yeah.
Where is the fall weather?
Where's fall? I mean, my wife has said, can I wear my sweater today? I'm like, no. I mean, it's short sleeves weather again. It really is.
Still is.
It's just been going. I mean, we've had a couple of little nice tastes of fall, but nothing that's kind of stuck. And that's kind of unusual because by now, we usually chip away at the heat and we start to feel a little bit cooler.
Yeah, the average temperatures are usually in the mid-70s, and we've been sitting in the upper 80s and even the 90s recently.
So take a look at our October map here, our October calendar, and you'll notice that the first 5 days of the month, 7 days of the month, in fact, were dominated by 90-degree heat. And then it was in the mid-80s. We had a little bit cooler. That's our little taste of fall. Back to the 90s. The biggest taste of fall we had was last week when we had high temperatures in the low 70s, morning lows that were in the 40s and 50s, and then the highs warmed back above average by that last weekend with a high temperature of 79 and 81, but the morning lows were still cool enough to make those days below average, and then since then, we've been warming back up. Sarah, Halloween, it looks right now, at this point, we're going to be on trend for more warm weather.
Yeah, Brett, it definitely does. We're looking at a high right now in the upper 70s, which that's not too warm, but still that's well above where we should be. The average for that time of year is in the lower 70s, about a chance of rain in there, 50% shot. But really, we've been seeing warmer and warmer Halloweens. That's a trend that we've been seeing over the past few years. If you just take a look, this is data from Climate Central. They are a nonprofit group of climate scientists who are putting together this data and tracking it. This is what we've seen since the 70s until now. The average temperature has increased by approximately 2 degrees on Halloween here in the city of Tyler. But it's not just us. We've seen it in Dallas, about a 3-degree increase there. So it is getting warmer, but really where we've seen a much more significant warming, that's been out toward the city of Houston, almost 5 degrees warmer than it was 50 years ago. And this is, a lot of it is because we've had so much concrete in that area. So that's just holding on to the heat. And as we get more industry and more concrete in any city, that really helps to hold in the heat. So we'll likely see another warm Halloween out there. Brett, why has it been so warm over the past month or so?
Well, I think one of the trends that we've been looking at here is a La Nina. La Nina, of course, is the opposite of El Nino, and we have been in El Nino for about the last year and a half, and then we started to see El Nino end at the end of winter, and then we made our way toward what we call a neutral phase. So essentially what's going on here is there are oscillations in the ocean between water temperatures, and when we're in El Nino, we've got the warmer water that would be closer to South America. Well, now it's shifted. The warmer water has shifted back toward Tahiti and Indonesia, and so those trade winds are blowing that warmer water back toward, say, Australia, Indonesia, and then the waters around South America cool. And believe it or not, even when you have cooling water temperatures, this can impact global winds aloft, and then the global winds aloft, well, that steers weather systems into different positions. It puts the jet stream into a different position. And so you would think, how could something down in near South America impact our weather here? Well, it changes and shifts the jet stream farther to the north. So the storm track is across the northern plains. We got moisture coming in from the Pacific. That's represented by the red arrows. And so you've got rain and snow across the northern tier, wet weather into the Great Lakes, probably a snowier scenario there. And then unfortunately here in East Texas, it says dry and warm. That's a typical La Nina. We'll see what happens this year. I mean, I think a lot of variables could change. We were just looking at some of the data. We haven't gone into La Nina yet. And you were a little surprised by that.
I was, especially since we were forecasted to make it into La Nina by this time when they were putting out the La Nina watches earlier this year. And we just haven't been getting that cool ocean water that we need. It's what, about a half a degree Celsius?
This is what we need for 5 consecutive periods of 3 months. We're a long way from that.
Oh yeah, we might. Right now we're kind of in this neutral pattern. We are forecasted to make it into La Nina soon, but
We'll
I
see
don't
what
know.
happens.
We might hang on to neutral for a little while.
You know, last time we were in La Nina, and you know, I hesitate to bring this up because it brings back a lot of trauma for folks, but that was the winter of 2021, and we had the winter storm here.
Oh dear.
It's very possible that you can get. It doesn't just because that map said dry and warm. That doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to be dry and warm the entire winter.
It's true. It's more of a general, what we'll see mostly. But that doesn't mean, just like you said, we couldn't have a winter storm here and there. Hopefully there's nothing like what we saw way back in Snowmageddon. But
Snowmageddon, yes. Record-breaking snow, record-breaking 6 below zero in Tyler.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, y'all know I am from the desert Southwest. I'm from Phoenix. I will take 115 over 6 below.
So, that's a good point. That might be a great point to have folks. If you like this video, subscribe, comment. Do you prefer 0 degrees, 32 degrees, or even 115 degrees?
115 right here.
Well, I like cold weather. I mean, my favorite weather is a winter storm. I love a winter storm.
I will let you enjoy that on that side of the desk, Brett.
So again, yeah, it looks like we should have a dry and warmer than average fall into winter. We'll see how everything sets up.
We will, and of course, we'll be keeping you updated every day on CBS 19, on air and online on CBS 19 Plus.
We appreciate you checking us out here on our working title of CBS 19 Weather or Not, KNOT, right? Or maybe just NOT, because we'll either talk about the weather or we won't talk about the weather. Before we go, I wanted to, and you had a great point about this, favorite song title or song that includes weather?
Okay, I'm going to say Thunder by Imagine Dragons. That was something that my classmates and I in Met School played all the time. So it's what we would do before our meteorology exams.
So there's a Crosby, Stills and Nash song, this is an old one, where it says, where you see the Southern Cross for the first time. And that line in that song, the Southern Cross exists in the Southern Hemisphere, and it's a point where the stars are and you're sailing. And for me, that just really sort of hits home in terms of seeing something significantly weather-wise or climate-wise. So yeah, I love the song itself. Great melody, great lyrics, great band, or I guess duo, Crosby, Stills and Nash. Or it'd be trio. Crosby, Stills and Nash.
There you go.
Math, one of our strong suits when it comes to meteorology.
But letter math, not number math.
There it is. Again, thanks for watching Weather or Not. I'm CBS 19 Chief Meteorologist.
And I'm Sarah Blue.
Have a great day, everyone.